There's art for artists and then there's art for everyday people. I like doing art for people, so first I want to shock, all my artists, wow them, and then have a strong message behind it.
Without question, Cash Crop, the current exhibit, it might be convenient to term blockbuster. We've had as great a visitorship for this exhibit as any exhibit that we've had. And of course, this could not have happened without what I would term the genius of Stephen Hayes. Stephen Hayes is one of those rare individuals who is low-key, but whose work is simply astounding.
It's great for me to have my sculptures come back to my school, just to show people who I am, what I've done, and who I'm, I guess, going to be.
I remember in a conversation with Stephen, I asked him where the idea came from to look at Cash Crop, to look at this whole notion of the Middle Passage.
I came across the image of the Brooks slave ship plan, and that image that depicts how many people they can pack into one area at once. Going through different books, I came across the estimate that 15 million people were transported between the years of 1540 and 1850, which is roughly about 300 years. And I just wanted to see how could I bring the past to the present and make both of those collide to one another, and how do we still benefit from transporting goods from one place to another. I decided that I would make 15 life-size sculptures and connect them to a pallet. And the reason why I connect them to a pallet, because back then people were considered goods, livestock, product, and all our goods today are shipped on pallets. Instead of going to pick up people to work, we go and outsource our goods from third world countries and sweatshops. So that's how I wanted to tie it together. I wanted people to walk into my sculptures to feel a part of the sculpture and to feel like they could have been one of these people that were on this ship. As a kid, I always been making things. My brother, he showed me one of my toys and it was broken. He put the motor to the battery and the motor moved, and that just blew my mind as a kid. So from there on, I was just breaking my toys and making new toys. My mom always fed me to make stuff, and she always believed in me, and my family always believed in me. We learned that I had a learning disability. I remember I failed the first grade and I ended up failing the sixth grade. So I brought my grades up when I was in the 10th grade, and I ended up skipping the 11th grade. And then I came to North Carolina Central University. My major was graphic design, graduated in 2006. By that time, I had applied for school at SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta, for sculpture. Just to get up and move and go somewhere new to learn about art was something I guess I needed to do. When I got into SCAD, I didn't go the first quarter when I got in because I didn't have enough money to afford to go there. And I have a good friend, his name is Chris, and his parents, I sat down and talked to them. They came to one of my art shows. They bought some of my artwork, and then they wrote me a check to go to school. Going to SCAD was hard for me, but it bettered me. Now my art has meaning. I can talk about my artwork. From there, I did my thesis show, which is this Cash Crop.
The exhibit was held at the renowned Mason Mirror Gallery.
Going into Mason Mirror and having a meeting with Mark, I came in with the image of the little boy, and I just seen him lean back. He was like, woo, and he looked at it for a while, and then he was like, okay, I like this.
In an unprecedented move, they gave Steve their premier space. A student had never been given that space.
And like the first thing I could do when I got in my car was call my mom and tell her, like, he gave me the main floor.
This exhibit literally took Atlanta by storm.
It was a great opening. I mean, just to walk in there and see my sculptures just laid out right in the opening, right when you walk through the doors. And I had people cry, and people thank me and hug me and cry in my hands. And just that emotion is what I want to bring to my artwork. I want people to feel something. I am the first person to graduate in my family from college, so just to know the fact that I flunked twice and I skipped once, and then I went to college and be the first person to graduate from college and then go to get my master's in sculpture is just like something I want to tell kids, like, don't give up on your dreams. I mean, it gets hard, but don't give up on who you are just because other people don't believe in you. I am me. I'm Stephen Leo Hayes Jr.